didn't overcommit, so the offload game couldn't get going. So tough to call, but very, very exciting.
Sarah Cox, as your referees have just seen, the template for victory against Fiji provided by France. Can New Zealand copy that? Do they even want to? Do they believe that actually, you know what, our best game is good enough to beat Fiji? 5 times they've managed it before. Fiji without a victory. And we're underway. Well, the first kick isn't going to go 10, and that's an unforced error and not the start Fiji would have wanted.
Exactly what they didn't want, that's true. Giving the world champions good attacking ball in the middle of the pitch. First play of the game.
France had the perfect start against Fijiana last time out. New Zealand with possession though. Nice pop pass there from Tyler Nathan Wong because she was under pressure. Tui on the outside, that look forward. The referee agrees, and it will be a scrum to Fiji.
Yeah, very well worked penalty move initially from New Zealand, but then Ruby Tui just crept too flat. That pass had to be forward because of how flat she was standing on Sarah Goss.
So that's the view from the sideline. It's going to be Rongetha to feed. Quick strike and ball out to the backs is the way you do it in sevens. None of this pushing for territory or even penalties really. Rongetha decides for a little snipe. She's marshalled though, and the pass goes away from Nangato. Fiji still with possession. Reiwai gets it away. Tackle goes in from Sarah Goss. And they give away the penalty. In from the side, and it's against Nangato.
Yeah, Fiji always at their best when they don't take the rucks, offloading it before the ruck happened. That time the clear out just not in from the back foot. So
Tyler Nathan Wong to get us back underway. Nice ball to Brazier, looking to go herself, and Brazier's through the gap. They won't stop her, will they? Oh, beautiful step off her left, and the handoff. Absolutely individual brilliance from Brazier, and that's the opening try. What about that?
She was the outstanding player for New Zealand yesterday, showing her teammates the way here. She looks up and sees a bit of a mismatch. In front of her is Nangato, one of the big ball carriers for Fiji, but not the footwork that Kelly Brazier's got, not the pace. And she has such lovely footwork, Kelly Brazier, doesn't she? The step off the left foot twice, that's what took her under the post. She's showing her teammates the way, that's for sure. Brilliant finish.
No mistake with the conversion, so New Zealand race into an early lead. 7 points is exactly the start they would have wanted. And again, like against France, Fiji slow out of the blocks. So I don't know what it is about them today. Sometimes, no matter how much you try, you just can't hit the levels that you wanted to. And it looks like Fiji are flat today.
Yeah, they will never have had a day of sevens quite like the one they had yesterday. And so psychologically, it's really, really hard to get yourself back up again the second day. It's the real trick of sevens, that switching off, switching back on again when you absolutely have to. New Zealand, of course, are the absolute queens of doing that.
Rongetha, no match for it in terms of height against Goss, but I tell you what, she did well just to allow that one drop. Didn't take her eye off it, and then the knock on after that, but New Zealand putting pressure on. She's not afraid to compete in the air, Rongetha.
Now, we've seen a bit less of Rongetha, haven't we, this tournament? More because her teammates have come to the fore. Last series, she was at the heart of absolutely everything good that Fiji did. I guess they're just doing more good stuff this tournament, so more of the players, people like Nagasao, are really standing out.
Awkward ball back. Brazier fires one out. Broughton up the middle again. Beautiful step, and she's gone with a catcher. Kicking those legs away, almost at the line. They will not stop her. And that is brilliant from Gail Broughton. Spotted the mismatch once again in midfield, and that's where New Zealand are doing all that damage.
Just about the first time we've seen the famous Gail Broughton step, isn't it? In the midfield, it's the defensive disorganisation from Fiji again, out of the line. You can see that number 10, Riwai, just isn't quite close enough to Tavo in defence. That's all Gail Broughton needs, because she's got wonderful footwork. First Kelly Brazier, now Gail Broughton getting the fancy footwork out of the cupboard for New Zealand today.
2 tries on the board, 14-point lead. Fiji are flummoxed.
It is the defensive organisation for Fiji. It's just tiny mistakes, inches really being out of position, but against such good steppers that New Zealand have, that's just too much. You have to stay close together and defend as a blanket, not as ones.
2 tries on the board, and Portia Woodman has yet to touch the ball. Don't see that too often in New Zealand are concerned. Were they onside from the kick? I don't think it's going to matter. It's not going to go 10 metres. Well, it does after a bounce. And Rongetha swings one around to try and mount something for Fiji. We know what they can do with ball in hand. They just haven't had the ball to work with. Rongetha, it's mistake after mistake after mistake, and another scrum to New Zealand.
Yeah, you're right. I think the New Zealand chase was marginally in front of the kicker, but you're always pushing that edge as the chasers, and the referee's got all sorts of different things to look at. In the end, the kick went 10, so it worked out for New Zealand. But at the moment, Fiji just can't get their hands on good, clean ball, can they?
And they need that possession. Brazier again looking to it. Look at that step! Look at that step from Brazier! Good boy! Brilliant try!
I think New Zealand will have done a bit of video analysis overnight, seen that Fiji get a bit too far apart in defence sometimes, so actually the space isn't down the outside where they'll normally pass it to Portia Woodman. Look at the gap between the defenders there. What that means is Ruai is sprinting across to try and cover, which makes her really easy to step because she's moving so fast in the other direction. And when it's somebody like Kelly Brazier who can step that well, she makes it look so easy, doesn't she?
What must Chris Cracknell be thinking now? Yesterday he was the lead in a Hollywood blockbuster. Today he's an extra in Bollywood. He doesn't seem to find the key to unlock whatever magic was there for Fiji yesterday. Seems to be gone.
Yeah, it is a big ask for Fiji to stand up again 2 days in a row. They're relatively inexperienced playing it.
There he is.
Business end of the tournament. You can bet there's a lot going on in there. Yesterday, all of the half-time team talks. He came out with his notebook, 3 or 4 simple things written down. I'm sure one of the things he'll be saying at half-time is we have to defend as a team. We have to be a little bit closer together and cover each other's inside shoulders.
And they just have no answer for the explosive pace and the footwork of New Zealand at the moment.
No, and it is so tough when you just can't get your hands on the ball. Feeling you have no good possession at all. You get very tired when you defend. You get a bit down because you just don't see a way back into the game.
Let's go, please.
Sarah Goss shouting instructions to her teammates on how to defend this line. And Fiji go to the front, and I tell you, that's not a bad decision. As the hooter sounds for the end of the first half. Can they get a try and make a match of this, Fiji? 3 tries against New Zealand's a long way back. They might concede another if they don't pick that ball off the deck. There it is. Feed from Rongetha. They go wide this time. New Zealand look to have plenty of cover across there. You can see Nathan Wong happy to just shield the runner towards the touchline. And Fiji have to go to the left. Rongetha steps again. Little overhead pass. Not a bad one, I can tell you. And off Fiji set. Step back inside. Keeping the ball alive. Rongetha works the blind side again. Tackle from Nathan Wong. There for Fiji. The tackle was high, says the referee. An advantage being played.
New advantage. Offside 12.
Any room here? None in that midfield. Over the head pass. Well, why not have a go?
You're 12. It's offside.
There's a bit of good possession for Fiji, isn't it? Can they make it count?
Nagasau, off she goes. On her own, though, needs a bit of help. Now the support arrives. She doesn't want it. Pass to Rongetha. That was high.
Penalty advantage. High tackle.
That was a clothesline, WWE style. Ball comes out to the wing. Fiji, Ravisa knows where the try line is, drifting across, pass back inside. Here they go again, Nangato. Nangato needs to be tackled. There's the offload. This is better from Fiji, and it should be a try. Rebecca Tavo stretches the legs. This is going to be a game in the second half. That was important too.
Typical Fiji try. First good bit of possession, and they recycle after recycle after recycle, looking after the ball, offloading, setting it up. Here it goes, a little inside ball.
Tackles must come down.
Nangato takes it on. Finally the ball ends up in the hands of Tavo via Ruai. There's nobody left at home for New Zealand, and of course there isn't, because Fiji have just kept it going phase after phase after phase, and it's just impossible to defend.
This is an important kick because Fiji, as it stands, are 2 tries and 2 conversions down. It doesn't go over. So Fiji managed to scramble one back, but the story of the first half has been New Zealand dominance, and particularly in the midfield. So impressive from Broughton in particular, and from Kelly Brazier. Fiji 5, New Zealand 21 at half time.
Emirates Airlines, Dubai Rugby Sevens. It's time for a sing-along, nice and loud if you're sitting on the mound. Don't forget to add us on Twitter,
Awesome Kelly,
@Rugby Sevens, and hashtag your photos this afternoon, hashtag everybody play.
One missed tackle, we try to put a big tackle on. Be smart with them. You don't always have to go in there and start smashing, okay? Be fucking smart, stay together, push to one side, push to the other, stay connection. Awesome passing lane, hey? Okay, one thing I've just got from Stu, the ball's going to keep on coming forward, or whoever's around that ruck. So once the ruck goes, just keep on pushing forward. Okay, is that all good? Hey, one more minute. You're on, okay, after that. So one change, okay? One change for now.
After you know? Yeah, no. Girls, we hold the ball, we keep patient. On these, we stay connected. That's it. Let's go.
Make them work.
Sisters on D! 1, 2, 3! Sisters!
Okay,
Have a quick word now,
so
okay?
half-time team talks complete, and New Zealand in the driving seat, 21 points to 5. More of the same from them, I'm sure, was the instructions, bar that late concession at the end of the first half, and a Fiji try. From Chris Cracknell's point of view, I suppose he wants his team to get his hands on that ball.
Yeah, they've shown what they can do when they do get their hands on the ball. It's about getting some possession, so they want to take this kick-off cleanly and have a go at New Zealand straight away.
New Zealand with a 21-5 lead over Fiji.
So Nathan Wong to get us back underway. Shirai Tane is in for New Zealand. Ball is slapped back. Fiji have it. That was a missile of a pass and a little bit too high for comfort. They managed to recycle it though, and decent composure there because there could have been panic stations, and off they go. Beautiful retention. Pass a little bit wild from Nagasau, and loses all the good work of the original break, trying to free from Rongetha. There she is, little step and a step again. She had more time maybe than she thought on that ball. There's the offload though, beautiful line in it. A run from Riwai, needs to keep it alive, hands are good. And Fiji and Tamoy stretching clear, support on the outside. Pass is good to all, Ravisa. What were you thinking?
Oh, New Zealand, a little bit of luck there. Fiji, what they created, it was absolutely beautiful, wasn't it? Offload after offload, angle after angle. That little pop-up was just poetry in motion, but then unfortunately this take completely the opposite, giving the ball back to New Zealand. So disappointing for Fiji, so disappointing for Ravisa, who's been so good for them the rest of the time.
Looks like an injury to one of the new players, is it?
Yeah, no worries.
Tyler Nathan Wong,
No
that's struggling out there at the moment.
Have we
And
got
it's going to be a
replacement for the player
substitution.
coming off here?
Fata Simpkin is going to come in.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, no worries.
It's
Just
like
get Rob.
Williams as
That's
well
fine.
as-
Yeah, no worries. No problems.
so some fresh legs for New
Right,
Zealand.
we all back up.
6 minutes still to play.
There's the mark. Time on.
Plenty of time for Fiji, you have to say.
Yeah, it doesn't take Fiji long to
Crouch.
score a try, that's
Bind.
for sure.
Set.
Ball off the back of the scrum. Not the cleanest in the world, and the Fijians put pressure on in the tackle. Ball's gone loose. Advantage being played to Fiji now. Can they make this one count? Langato looks to get that long arm free and get the pass away. No advantage coming. They lost 6 metres or so. So we go back for the scrum.
What a hit in the
No advantage,
midfield
Jane.
that was. That was one of those judgment calls. Do I rush up and make the hit, or do I hold off and stand my ground? She rushed up, made the hit, which made New Zealand player, I think it was Williams, cough the ball up in contact. That's what's created this brilliant attacking position.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
There's the feed. Rongetha. Little step on the inside
advantage.
from Riwai. Advantage being played still to Fiji. So there's a shot to nothing here. They might as well have a go for it because they are running out of time. Don't forget Nagasau.
Five.
They'll go back for the
Breaking
penalty,
bind.
and it's against Sarah Goss. Quick tap and go. Rongetha puts the head down. She's just short. Good tackle, try-saving tackle going in. New Zealand have stolen this ball, and they're going to try and go from their own try line. Can they make it count? Rongetha comes across. Oh, the pass had to go to hand there. Tane was waiting for it. Tries to go on the outside. Ball kept in play. Messy stuff from both teams.
Messy stuff, but brave from New Zealand, wasn't it? Playing the ball from behind their own try line where they could have gone for the easy option. Here, I was sure Rongetha was going to be in, but Sarah Gross just gets hold of a bit of shit. And of course, you know, New Zealand's so good in the breakdown, managed to steal the ball back. And here's really brave. And if this pass had gone to hand, they would have been in, wouldn't they?
Absolutely.
Portia Woodman does not say no thank you to those opportunities.
And Sheree Tane, I mean, it's one of those ones you dream about. Just put me into space and let me run the length of the pitch.
Bind. Set. Please stop.
Got a lot of pace, Sheree Tane. Didn't get the chance to use it then.
We'll keep it steady from both sides. You'll have a proper scrum, please.
Clear instructions from Sarah Cox, the referee.
Crouch. Bind. Set. Stay 9. Good.
Ball at the back. New Zealand trying to break through and put pressure on Fiji.
That's gone. That's it. Fine.
Decent clean out there, wasn't it? To provide clean ball for the Fijians to use. Strength there from Nangato. But the pass not particularly good. And again, they've taken play all the way back almost towards the halfway line. Just trying to reset themselves here. Keep it alive. Handling not what we're used to. Certainly not what it was yesterday. And it's another drop ball this time off for New Zealand.
And again, New Zealand very organised in defence. So Fiji go one way, try and look back the other, but there's never any space because the New Zealand defence is staying so well in its structure, like a little curved blanket across the pitch.
Gail Broughton and Portia Woodman getting ready to come in.
9 and 12. 9 and 12.
Sheree Tane, well, she didn't get a whole lot of possession, really.
Unlucky, wasn't it? It stayed on for quite a while, but the ball just never got out to her because the space had been through the middle.
Crouch. Bind. Set. No, stay 5. Penalty advantage.
There's the feed. Penalty advantage to Fiji, though. And I think it was against Gosford again. She's got to be careful. Ball kept alive. Nice hands. Taken this time by Tinai. New Zealand desperate tackling at the moment. Fiji trying to recycle. Good body position from New Zealand just to slow that ball down now. Pass on the outside. How much pace has Ravisa got? Not enough to go around Woodman, surely. Portia Woodman can't hold on to her. Beautiful little switch. Still with the ball. Back inside. Fiji 5-6 metres out. And they keep it alive. Ravisa. Surely this is the straight line approach. And they're going to score a wonderful try. Nagasa will get the credit. But I tell you what, 4 or 5 Fijians involved there. Ravisa. And they get that try.
Another one from Fiji, another absolute classic. Ravisa initially goes round the outside of Portia Woodman, then steps inside of her, turns her inside out, then steps inside Fata Simpkins. That little switch, beautiful, isn't it? And then Tinai just has the presence of mind to look for the space, and Nagasau, how many times did we see her do that yesterday? Finish things off brilliantly. They're running out of time, Fiji. They've got to get this game started quickly.
They need 2 tries. 21-12 to score. New Zealand, if they claim this restart, brilliant take, I'd have to say. In the air from Morgan Morrow. And chance to push this one. Fraser with a little chip now. Portia Woodman's after this. We know she's a flyer. She's an absolute flyer. Willits it up for Woodman. She had a little bit of control from the feet. She's got a dive on it. Oh, that's brilliant. That is simply brilliant. The pace, the control, the bit of footwork, and the presence of mind to finish it off. Game, set, and match.
5 more points.
Not only that, what a try for your 100th try in the 100 try.
First ever player to reach 100.
Portia Woodman, phenomenal. It came from a really intelligent kick through from Kelly Brazier. That kick's come from her. Portia Woodman realises she can't gather it, just a lovely bit of football. That is a really difficult skill to get just enough on that so that it bounces over the try line, but not over that dead ball. It's not a big dead ball area. Brilliant footballing skills from Portia Woodman. What a finish.
The century for Woodman, and what a way to get it as well. Beautiful stuff from her. I suppose the standard that she set, we're expecting her to be prolific every time she steps out on that pitch, and because New Zealand haven't been firing on all cylinders versus previous seasons, she probably hasn't had the tally that she normally gets to by this stage, but still, what a way to reach 100 tries for your country. Last play for New Zealand, the result not in doubt, and they will go through to the plate final. Little step there, Sarah Goss coming back inside, tries the handoff, tackle goes in this time from Sauto from Fiji. Broughton, numbers out wide here, she can get the pass away. Is it 1-on-1? Is it 1-on-1 for Woodman? No, decent tackle. Little kick ahead, well they might get the try after all. Look at that, finishing style, no problem with it, and Ruby Tui
5 more points to New Zealand.
says thank you very much, easy one for her.
Fantastic score by Ruby
And that
Tui.
is the game.
Worked out well in the end.
So
I don't think
with
I've
the
ever seen
result,
Portia
it is
Woodman
indeed
not
New Zealand who
take the
advance
outside
through
when it's
to
been
the
offered. I'm
final
pretty sure she
of
could have
the
made
point
it over there
competition.
if she really
The
wanted to. It's true
Women's
Tanai has a lot of
World
pace. In the end it kind of
Series.
ricochets over the line and Tui gets there in time to touch it down.
So Ruby Tui finished things off for New Zealand. Conversion to come. Beautiful strike, look at that. The icing on the cake really from New Zealand's point of view. They keep their unbeaten record against Fiji going, and look at that, Portia Woodman, the all-time top try scorer, reaches 100 international tries. Incredible achievement. Final score, New Zealand are through and comfortably at that. Fiji 12, New Zealand 33.